So, good morning to everyone. This is from CSE-A and from Team 1. So, in the model world and business, in the model world and business opportunities, we have seen a two major paths that a one can go or build a startup company with his idea or to move into an established company for a job to get more awareness about the job. They have choose their established company, but some of the members have chosen with the new ideas establishing a startup and putting their name into a new world with the idea and giving opportunities to the younger ones for the startups. So now we are going to discuss about the startup versus established companies.
I think startups are the best because we get new innovations through startup ideas, whereas in business cultures they were already grown and we can't do anything new on our own.
But when coming to the established companies, they are fully achieved, and everyone knows about that product in the daily basis, and they use that all products.
in established in established companies there are more security in jobs, and if there are more promotions and we get more customers because of the test when it because it is old company and the customer know how the company products are. It's very good.
I agree with your point. As the established companies are already grown, they provide a lot of security for an individuals to choose established companies, and they provide good salary. And also, they might not be like a startup companies, which might suffer to provide the salary for the ones who are employees in their companies.
So, startup companies are very useful for the youth because they are the beginning or some of the step. Because for the youth, it is very helpful, like to create ideas and innovative things, so that they can do anything and they can develop themselves, and that is better than established companies.
Yes, I agree with your point that the startups are very good because they have the hands, they have to learn so much things which are happening in the world, and they have to choose which one they have to step up and what new idea they have to bring. And we can have a like lot of learning opportunities in startup companies, and if the startup is good it can go rapidly and help in growing the GDP of our country also, because startups are the main steps for country growing.
Yes, I agree with your point. As startup brings entrepreneurship in individuals, they encourage them to produce their ideas in front of them, and they will, yeah, as many as startups are growing, like individuals are coming before to introduce, like to give their idea, to present their idea before and start their business.
But I think in businesses we get much employability because everyone gets jobs in business. Whereas in startups we only do as individuals. So I think the businesses are better, like companies. Like startups are the most beginning step, right? Like every individual have every different ideas, so that later they can collaborate with everyone and they can develop themselves. Like it can big, we can give a big better project for ourselves, and for the company also it is best to develop, right? But I think some startups does not combine with or collide with the companies. So I think company gives more employability to others. Like even companies also start with single idea, right? Like it will be better useful more, like we can develop them.
I think startups are the best because it gives in low cost and produce more efficiency in the work. And nowadays it is very useful because of the we are getting now Zomato, Swiggy, that is very helpful for the were helpful for some of the members which use.
And coming to startup companies, it start with new idea and new innovation, and we don't know how much it may fall because of then it is a new it is newly started, and the established one is more secure than the startup one. because the established one which the customers know there very well and the products are very good, the trust issue will increase in the established companies when compared to the startup. And
Yes, I agree that there is a more scope and security for a job in established companies. But now established companies are once upon a time they are only startups only. So they have built their idea and collaborated with many other already established companies, and they have learned their work and they have brought up their new ideas. So we can prefer startups also.
Mainly, it is helpful for the people who are suffering for lack of jobs, and that will be very helpful for their work purpose.
But I think for in established companies we have good environment to get access or to communicate with others, whereas in startups it is based on individuality.
Yes, I agree with your point. As they're already established, they can provide one individual a good package and good security towards the job. As startups, there might be investors, they might not be, they might not get investors. So, if they didn't, if they have less amount to invest, they might not provide good salaries for the employees they have.
So as for of the discussion, we have come to a conclusion discussing with our team members that both startups and established companies are a good, but startups has to be take investors and collide with the companies like Tata, and they have providing good amount for the startups and they are encouraging the startups. So startups has to collide with the big companies and learn the work and get a name for them in the market. So as of now, we have seen that established companies have a more secure job. So both startups and established companies are good, but encouraging the new idea is a very good for country and growing the GDP in a software for the country. Thank you.
Nobody is enthusiastic in this group. I'm not telling you, I've given good points. You have connected with each other, but the only problem is you're not excited to involved in this discussion. Be excited, be enthusiastic. It's going in a very silent, quiet way. I want you all to be even more enthusiastic. Apart from that, you all have done a good job. Got it? Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. We will improve that.
Yes, as you all know, nowadays Amazon, Flipkart, and popular online e-commerce websites are gaining so much of popularity. Why? Because everyone nowadays interest to buy products, gadgets, everything from online e-commerce websites, and clothes from Myntra, Meesho, everything. So I thought that e-commerce website may affect traditional retail shops like local shops and shopkeepers and everything. So we will just discuss how the e-commerce are affecting the traditional retail shops.
Yeah, coming to the e-commerce websites like Flipkart, Amazon. So many of the people are choosing Flipkart and Amazon to buy the things, so they can easily buy from the online and wait until it arrives. So this affects the traditional retail. Like they are enrolling into the e-commerce websites, and they are reaching the global reach. So the throughout the India, users are using the e-commerce websites and booking the things from the retail stores.
Yes, you are right because in e-commerce websites we get many benefits and there are less the products amount is less when compared to normal traditional shops. That's why many are trying to buy in e-commerce websites.
But I think so many people are living their lives by running the shops, getting income. So after coming this e-commerce websites, these traditional retails like it it demands more than traditional retailing.
Yeah, e-commerce refers to buying and selling a goods and service to footwear like Amazon, Flipkart.
So coming to your point, so e-commerce may affect traditional retails, but in a positive way, we know that the traditional shops they can sell their products in Amazon, Flipkart, and everything. Like nowadays, Amazon is allowing the users and everything to sell their products globally. So if they use the product efficiently and they publish it the product popularly, they can easily get income and everything like that. Yes, because when uh, when what we are trying to buy is coming to our doorstep, there is no need to go and go ourselves to buy, And in websites, we also get in if the product is damaged or anything, we can exchange it or we may return it so that it can also be helpful to us. And that's why we are not using traditional.
But we can't see the product while shopping in e-commerce websites, so we can't know while it reaches a good product or bad product.
Once we get the product, we can know its quality. That's why if we want to exchange it, we can decide it within limited given time.
If the product is non-exchangeable, what will do then?
E-commerce website cannot work like that. There's no buying at that time. That's why for that products we go and buy in traditional shops.
But I see so many websites are not accepting exchange on some products.
Some products cannot be exchanged easily because they are so costly and exchanges we they will show it before to. That's why we go to traditional shops for that kind of products. But compared to traditional retail shops, we have so many options in e-commerce websites. Like retail shops are limited to their surroundings and local brands and their traditional wear. So whereas when we come to e-commerce websites, we are encountered to globally. We can wear global wears and we can encounter to global trend. We can get global gadgets and everything globally. So in traditionals, we are limited range. So I think e-commerce was a good way, but it may affect traditional. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think the e-commerce website, those who sell products online, will not affect the traditional retail because they often buy the products from the bulk from the retail stores and sell these products in the online, right? So, so buying these products from as bulk, they can reduce the product cost. So the users and users can get the products so minimum cost, right?
But in commerce websites, there are many frauds, like not exchanging the product if it is not a good product or expected product which we buy. But in a traditional retailing, we can see the product directly, so we can conclude while we want to buy or not.
So coming to the exchange, so suppose you are buying a t-shirt or something like fant, so while you are booking that, you can't replace, right? So because you are wearing that and you can't replace it with the other product, so that product will be purchased by the another user. So by this way, the e-commerce websites will restrict you from these type of replaceable things.
So coming to your point, there are so many websites providing 7 days replacement and refund. If we don't like the product, we can replace it within the given time. So some websites they can't give the replacement because they only provide limited stock. So there are some constraints for that website. So some websites have no replacement.
But I think e-commerce is the efficient way, but it's not more than the traditional retailing, selling products in traditional retailing. So
Traditional websites have their own benefits, and traditional shops and e-commerce websites have their own benefits. They are different in ways. So coming to that, we tell that e-commerce is best way, but it may affect traditional not fully, but in a good way, positive way. Traditional users also can use e-commerce websites.
Like in today's generation, uh, lifelong learning is not an option anymore. It is one and only essential thing to be in a specific position that we are craving for. As they say, the moment when you stop reading, you will start falling back. So I think in this 21st century, it is more important and it is essential for everyone. So on this topic, let's have a open discussion on this, and I am ready to have listen your all perspectives on this.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point because lifelong learning is really important. Because as a college student, I think we are more than aware that due to these new technologies and everything, we have to learn new things and we have to adapt. As a humans, adapting to new things is something that is really a thing that comes by our nature. So we have to adapt and we have to do something. We have to learn something every day. So there are books like Atomic Habits, which can tell us how small habits like learning everything new a day can change a person a lot. That would really make a person like a great person, and he can achieve really good things using that. So I think lifelong learning is something that we should learn a lot. I mean, we should focus on so that we can learn new things every day and we can exhibit them in our real lives.
Yes, lifelong learning is also one of the good things we should do. It is one of the most important things we are in. It will be useful in our careers, but not only learning, we have to implement them and we have to make a good use of it so we can make our personal and professional growth in our careers also.
If we are stuck at the syllabus or the point of course that run at the 18th century, we can't move, right? Like as technology evolving or the new technologies that we are craving for every day, and for the every most of the things we are depending on something. Like we have to start learning new things, and we should come out of those traditional textbooks reading area. So I think this is one of the reasons that emphasizes the importance of lifelong learning.
Yes, um, actually, lifelong learning means continuously learning skills and new knowledge to adapt the new technologies and skills.
Lifelong learning helps to opens doors to new opportunities, and helps in industrial, what are the new technologies, easily adopt the technologies and skills. And people who are new lifelong continuously learning, they are easily gain new skills and adopt the technologies.
In these rapid changing times, we should continuously learn new skills so that we can land our career goals and obtain a good place in the companies. Employees are made to learn new skills so that they can keep up with the current century, as the times are changing rapidly and new skills are coming out every day. We are required to learn new things so that we will not be set back and we will not lose our jobs.
Yeah, what you guys said is absolutely correct. Because, for example, in IT industry, if you look in the IT industry, in previous days there are some skills, some programming languages, only C and C sharp, some up to some limited level. But in today's life, we got so many languages and um, many skills to learn. So if we learn only those outdated syllabus, we may not reach our goal, right? So I think lifelong learning is the only way to upskill our career. And not only looking on the education way, uh, there are many skills which we want to learn from our childhood, and we may not fulfill them because of our daily life situation, right? So if we learn those skills right now, then uh, we may get our self satisfaction that we fulfilled our dreams, right?
Lifelong learning improves our job performance and productivity. It also helps to boost our self motivation and discipline. It It leads to uh, get more opportunities and face the new challenges in the real world. Yes, I agree with that. Technologies are our life first, so we have to learn new things. If we stop learning, our skills may be outdated. For example, IT professionals are learning new things and tools to remain competitive.
Yeah, that is quite true. And when it comes to lifelong learning, I think we all have a personal experience with that. And from our childhood, we have done multiple things to earn money or something like that. I think you guys are well aware of such things. For example, that might be a marketing or new upcoming trends like dropshipping and everything. So, as part of lifelong learning, we are doing this to upskill ourselves and also to support ourselves. As part of that, I have done few internships and few marketing stunts that helped me to earn a lot. And apart from that, I think my friend Apal Raju has also done that thing, like where he learned new skills during COVID-19, and he has earned some works for him. So, Raju, can you emphasize on that?
It's all about using the time that we got, even whenever it is like, even at the COVID time, like have worked on the skills that market is required, like the people who are craving for those skills, who have the work skills for that, and they are ready to pay us. So in that perspective, if we start learning things like, as he said, a lifelong learning, definitely we will land on a place where we get money. We, like, there might be a chance that we have to depend on our people, like our parents, but it is the opportunity to make our money first. And lifelong learning isn't just about dropping or placing in a safe position like having a job. It's all about having peace in our life. If at all we learn things continuously without any time intervals, there will be no person who will point out on something. If we are good at everything, definitely there will be advantage for us. So for that sake, lifelong learning is very important. And and even as you said, even in the perspective of financial things, there will be no burden for us if we start learning new things or the new skills.
Yeah. Coming to my point, nowadays technology is increasing rapidly. So lifelong learning helps to improve our skills, and also gaining new knowledge will helps us in problem solving. So lifelong learning is not only a choice, it's a chance.
Yes, actually, lifelong learning is helps us to improve our creative thinking and our creativity and adapt to and relevant to new technologies.
Yes, in lifelong learning, not only we create opportunities, we have to make our own choices to gain new skills and to make ourselves very useful for the following companies, so will be useful for them. But not only we have to go to their place, we can make our own place if we gain so many skills and knowledge. So lifelong learning is also an important to grow ourselves rapidly.
Yeah, what you said is quite true, Rahul. And apart from that, I think lifelong learning will also help us to make advised decisions and everything. So I hereby conclude that lifelong learning is something that we have to have in our everyday life, which will help us to upskill ourselves. And while doing our important decisions or something like that, we can make a well-informed decision with that. Thank you.
It was wonderful. Most of you have given beautiful, wonderful points, and some of you are still struggling. I want you all to sit with your friends, have a discussion on daily basis, like daily routine topics. For example, natural, general topics. Like, please help your friends, support your friends, have discussion on daily basis. I want you all to be perfect for the next discussion. Did you all get me? Most of you have done a great job. I appreciate you for your efforts. So next time, for the next GD, I want you all to improve. Practice more, Nana. How can we improve our skills out of practice, right? So I want you to be perfect for the next GD. Do you do you give me a promise? that ma'am will do better, will improve in the further GD. For the next GD, we'll prove ourselves. Thank you.